Lamentation chapter 3, 22 to 23 says, through the Lord's mercies we are not consumed, because his compassions faileth not. Verse 23 says, they are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Why are they new every morning? Every morning is unique. Why is the mercy of God new? It is not the mercy you saw yesterday that is supposed to access today. God is rich in mercy, and his mercy is new every day to face new challenges. There are things that we are not aware that will happen today. We just woke up and say, today is this date in the calendar. But the Ancient of Times knows about today, and he releases a new mercy. Every day I wake up, God, may I be a beneficiary of the mercy of that day. Do you know that any day you wake up and you don't receive the mercy of that day can be a tragedy? I pray for you. Every day we come to you with a new mercy. You will not miss the new mercy of the Lord. I say every day you shall be a beneficiary of the mercy of the Lord. And so the man went and as usual carried his water. Did not know he has been discussed to be a divine connection connector to the destiny of humanity. The disciples were told, when you see him, follow him. Why? Psalm 37 from 23 to 24. This is the prayer you'll be praying together with the new mercies. When you wake up in the morning and say, God, today is this date, I tap into the new mercies of God. Then the next prayer will be, my steps shall be ordered by the Lord. So that scripture says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his ways. Though anywhere mistakenly he falls, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I begin to pray for you from today that the Lord will begin to direct your steps. We direct your steps. We direct your steps. We direct your steps. I say we direct your steps. The man with pitcher of water may not be the man that has the wealth, but is the man that will lead you to where the wealth is. The man with the pitcher of water was just a signboard, a navigator, a North Pole. The man may have been a servant in that house. The man may have been a cook in that house. But that man became the director that told them, that directed them without even knowing to where God had prepared before times, before seasons. I don't care who God will use for me in this season. Whether it's an unbeliever, I don't care. Are you hearing me? I'm not saying go and marry an unbeliever. Are you hearing me? Don't after this message say thanks be to God that you don't care. I am talking about in your journey to destiny. It may be a house girl. It may be a houseboy. It may be a driver. It may be an unknown number. The man with a pitcher of water is coming your way. If you have read the story of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, the entire East Africa, for those of you that love to read books and really care to understand the history of the church where you belong, you would have noticed that several people that God used to connect to the Prince, our father, Pastor Prince, to be able to start the work in East Africa, acted like the man with the pitcher of water. They were not the ones that brought the money, but they were the ones that led him. When he started the work in Seychelles, it was the man that led him to Christ in the school. 1982, when he learned that his father in the Lord, that man, Pastor Williams, was now working in Seychelles. Daddy contacted him, and the man invited him, and through that man, Daddy was able to start the RCCG Seychelles. That man became the man with pitcher of water. Few years later, he left Seychelles, but RCCG Seychelles is still there. When Daddy was to go to Uganda, it was through a young fellow that he met somewhere. I think they met in Nairobi or so. A man I don't even think they are still in touch till today. The man became the man with the pitcher of water and led him to Uganda. And from there, the work in Uganda started. You heard the story when he wanted to start the work in Rwanda. You heard the story of the man with pitcher of water that took him to Uganda, to Rwanda. You heard the story when he started the work in Burundi. You heard how he got there, and you heard who became the man with the pitcher of water. You heard how he started the redeem in Malaysia. You saw how he met somebody, another man of God, who told him, I will help you. In fact, that family called us a couple of weeks ago because they have relocated to Canada. The entire family lives in Canada. So they called us and we were chatting with them a few weeks ago. And through that man with pitcher of water, Redeem got a presence in Malaysia. You heard how he went to South Sudan and started Redeem South Sudan. You heard how myself started the Redeem Switzerland through somebody who passed by Solution and was with us for several years here. Anybody can become the man or woman with the pitcher of water. Today is our Mission Sunday. We must keep reminding you of the story of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, East Africa. It is because Pastor Prince met men that were carrying pitchers of water that today we can see what we are seeing in East Africa. I stand here to also pray for you that in your journey to destiny, you will meet people with a pitcher of water. Men and women on this journey, you shall not miss your opportune time. Can I hear a better amen? We have a similar story in 2 Kings chapter 5 about Naaman and the slave girl. A slave girl that somebody can look at and say she was a non-entity. That's why you cannot look down on anybody in life. And everybody in life has something to offer. Note it down. Everybody in life can become the girl or the boy, the man or the woman with the pitcher of water. Never look down on yourself. Never say to yourself, I have nothing to offer. Everybody has something to offer. And never look down on anybody and say, what can this one do? Where is this one coming from? It was a house girl that led to the recovery of health of the captain of the Syrian army. It was a house girl. A house girl that understood, I am bigger than washing plates. I live in this house as a house girl, but I am a minister. I can lay hands on the master. I can talk to my mistress. I have revelation, they don't have it. I have connection with God, they don't have it. You may be working in an office and you are the minister to the MD. You are the minister to the CEO. I pray that from this church, everywhere you find yourself, you can become the woman with the pitcher of water. Let me tell you the story you have heard many years ago from me, to tell you that God can use anybody for you. I went to Nigeria to renew my passport. Those years, there was nothing like renewing passport in our embassy here. If you want to renew your passport, you travel to Nigeria to renew it. And so I went to Nigeria to renew my Nigerian passport. And my senior sister told me we were to travel from Onitsha to Awka. Awka is the place in that our local government where they renew passport. And my senior brother was living in Port Harcourt, so there was nobody to drive me. My senior sister could not drive, the one I'm following directly. But our eldest sister could drive, but was not available. So my sister told me, let's use Matatu, that it is safer, that she doesn't like taking taxis from Onitsha. That Matatu was safe. I said, no problem. So both of us entered Matatu. But I had a mobile phone. In the Matatu, my senior brother from Port Harcourt called me. And I picked up the phone. I hesitated a bit whether to answer him or not, so that I don't expose myself in the Matatu that I am from outside, that I'm from outside Nigeria. So when he called me, I picked up. He said, welcome. Welcome. Where are you now? I feel so bad that I'm not in Onitsha. Where are you now? I said, we are actually going, we are in the bus, going to Awka. He said, boss, wow, boss. What are you looking for in the bus? You people could have taken taxi. I said, no, that my sister said we should enter bus. So he said, where are you going? That I wish you had told me, and I would have tried to come back over the weekend. I said, no, it's not something that requires weekend. I am actually going to Awka to renew my passport. Immediately I said to renew my passport. A little fear came. A little fear came that, you are giving a lot of information in a public domain. Anybody that is renewing passport must be coming maybe from outside. So at that point, I told my brother, I will call you back. Let this conversation not continue. He said, okay, that he will call me back. I put my phone in my handbag. Immediately I did it. A blind man that was sitting in the bus, a blind man, he did his stick like this. When you get to Awka passport place, ask for, she called the name of one woman. Tell her to help you with the passport. If she asks you who sent, tell her, it's so and so. I looked at a blind man that has never left Onitsha with a stick that could not even locate where he was. Telling me when you get to the passport control office, give them my name. The next bus stop, I had him telling the conductor, I am dropping in the next bus stop. Drop me, conductor, drop me. They parked. He dropped and left. I wrote down his name. When we got to Awka, it was break time. So we entered now with a name we did not know whether it was in existence or not. When we got there, we asked, please, may we see so and so? The first shock was that is the woman that handles passport. So when we said, can we see so and so? They said she's on break. I looked at my sister looked at me. So this name is in existence from a blind man. So we waited. After the break time, they told the woman that she had visitors. So we went in to her office. When we came in, I introduced myself. She said, who gave you my contact? I said, madam, I was in the bus. I narrated. He said, blind man? She said, I don't know any blind man. Oh. Madam, I don't know any blind man. I said, but he gave us your name. Blind man gave my name. I said, yes, madam. Okay, madam, where are you from? She asked me. I said, I'm from Aba, Ghana. She said, Aba, Ghana. Which part of Aba, Ghana? I said, Aba, Ghana. She said, wait, what is your maiden name? I said, Achusi. She said, can this Achusi be related to Alex Achusi? I said, Alex Achusi is the immediate younger brother to my father. She said, that was my headmaster in school. She said, Alex Achusi is your uncle. I said, that is the immediate younger to my father. She said, Madam, please have your seat. Here we take about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get passport. But because your uncle was my headmaster, let me see what I can do for you in 2 hours. 2 hours, I got a passport. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not only get a passport, they gave me a private car that took me from Oka to Onitsha. To walk into a place of passport control by after 1 break time and go home, did biometrics, did everything, and collected passport to go home. The man I met in the bus was not a human being. That man was not a human being. God stationed a man with a pitcher of water. Knew the urgency of my trip, that I needed to get back to Lagos immediately. Knew my itinerary, that I needed to come back to Kenya. Knew everything that will happen. From that day till today, I don't know him. I have never met him. He doesn't know me. He has never traveled out of Nigeria. I don't even think he's alive. I don't know where he is. However, God used him. I pray for you, in the name that is above every other name, what I have received of the Lord, the favor of God, I decree you shall not waste time in the itinerary of life. In the name of Jesus, if God will send you an angel before the end of this month, I stand at this altar to decree, let the man with the pitcher of water, let the man with the pitcher of water, let the woman with the pitcher of water begin to locate you in your direction. Begin to locate that fellow in their direction. May speed come over your life. May you recover lost times. So shall it be in Jesus' mighty name. Number 2, the master of the house. The master of the house. The master of the house was very wealthy because Jesus himself recognized his wealth and said that this man had built a large house, had a large guest room that has been furnished in the upper room. Meaning that this house was massive, had many floors, so probably this man had upper room for entertaining guests. And for that place to be ready meant that there were people that had laborers in the house who will wake up and set up the place in case there were visitors, in case somebody was coming. We have a story like that in Luke chapter 19, from 28 to 36. It talks about what you know, the court that was tied, a brand new court. That one, nobody has ever used it. Jesus told the disciples, when you get there, untie it. If the master of the court asks a question, tell him the master is in need of it. The same thing happened in this place. A furnished room, a guest room. And the Lord told them, go there, you will meet the master of the house. Just ask him a question, where have you prepared for us? And he will show you. Jesus said, there is something tied somewhere nobody has used. The fellow has not used it because it does not belong to that fellow. There is a guest room in the upper room that is furnished. The man just furnished it, but did not know who was coming. At this point, this owner of this house did not invite Jesus. Jesus was not to be his guest. But because Jesus needed that particular house at that time, we always picture Jesus as a poor man. He said, my Passover will be done in the upper room, in the guest room, furnished, thoroughly furnished. I don't need to pay for it. I don't need to hire it because I am the Lord of all. Whatever I need, I receive. I am the Lord of all. And he said, go. The same way they went to the court. When you get there, take over, take control. In both cases, there was no strife, there was no struggle. They got there, they saw it as exactly as he said, and the people that bought those things did not struggle. They just said, you can have it. They left them to have it. The lesson we must learn in this place are many, several lessons. I want you to note. You are going to cry to God this month that the people holding your resources that are meant for you will not struggle to release them. There are some of your resources, some of your blessings, some of your entitlement, some of your rights and privileges that are in the hands of the wrong people. I want you to be violent this particular week in prayer by the reason of this particular sermon to say to God, whoever is holding my court, wherever is my furnished guest room, on the surface of the earth, anything that belongs to me that are yet to come in terms with me to become a reality, wherever they are, I begin to be directed. God will direct. You see the connection of direction. God will begin to direct the steps of a good man every day, because his mercies are new every day. And where is God directing you? To the hidden riches, where your destiny is tied. I went to condole with somebody that lost the husband yesterday, and she was telling me how she gathered a few people that had business and told them, I'm going to support you. And she gave one this amount, that one this amount. There was one she gave 2 million. And she told me the reason why she gave that one 2 million. She said, I gave her 2 million because this woman and her husband used to fight. It was a big issue because this woman had no economic power. You know, poverty can set up a boxing ring in the house. Are you hearing me? Some of the fight in the home is not because you married a monkey or a lizard. The day money comes for both of you, you will have common sense. Everybody will be babe, sugar, tea, granite, sugarcane, mango, apple, whatever you want to call. But when there is no money, you'll be seeing chimpanzees. Somebody that looks so beautiful will look like chimpanzee because everywhere is covered with poverty. My time is going. You want me to finish that particular story? And so, this woman decided, I will empower my life. She started bringing empty bottles to their church. She started making herbal drinks. She went for training and learned how to put herbs. And, you know, that's in Nigeria. I'm not talking about here. The woman I went to see yesterday is in Nigeria. So, the woman started putting herbs in the bottle and doing very nice juices. And she will bring it after the service. She will stay at the gate and she'll be selling. The husband was so embarrassed. The husband told her, every Sunday, empty bottle, empty bottle. That's what we are going to church with. She said, relax. Then when rent came, the man came again with, I'm tired of everybody in this house. Everybody find your way. The woman said, we are not finding our way now. I can pay rent. You can pay rent from where? He said, from the empty bottles. The woman paid rent. School fees came, she paid. She did. The woman began, without telling the husband, building a house in Abuja. She bought a house. She bought a land. One day she told the husband, let's go to Abuja. To look for what? The husband, he said, just come, honey. The name became Honey. Let's go. When they got there, he said, this is our house. The husband said, from where? He said, from empty. But the man said, it is limited company, including my Chinedu and that company. I will be the one to be washing the bottles at night. And we'll be bringing. Do you know 2 of them teamed up now? They are producing herbal drinks. The woman told me yesterday, this couple have built 2 houses. Now when the husband travels, he flies. Fighting at home stopped. Every trouble stopped. And as I'm talking to you, this woman said when she met them a few months ago, she went to bury to do funeral. She just told them, after hearing their story, she said, what can I help you? They said, now we are selling gases. We are supplying gas to houses. And we just need 2 million to help us because demand is more than supply. She gave them 2 million. She now heard that immediately the 2 million came. The husband who bought a road ticket to go home say, that 2 million, I think I can fly. The wife said, not with 2 million. This money, 1 kobo, will not be deducted from here except for the gas that we were given to sell. We can use another money to fly, but this one, we will account to madam to the last coin of what has been done. I told her last night, this one should get ready for another 5 million, 10 million. She told me, immediately after the burial, she spent about 12 million to set up people. Different people. But this is where her heart is, because she has seen the impact.
To get more sermons like this, kindly subscribe to Pastor Esther Obasi-ike's YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell. Also, follow her on her social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, all at Pastor Esther Obasi-ike. God bless you.
Thank you for listening to this powerful message brought to you by Pastor Dr. Esther Obasi-ike. If this message blessed you, please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on all her social media channels. She's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X. Type in the word Pastor Esther Obasi-ike and you will see her there. Follow her, leave a comment, and let us know what you thought about this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next episode.